Hi there, folks. In one of the previous videos, I showed this thing. Let's actually move it now. Oh, that is kind of heavy. So I talked in a video that I might end up putting this float deeper into this tub because I don't want it to be too heavy. If, let's say, like my grandmother or my wife needed to move this, you know, regardless of what you think, a 83-year-old grandmother does not need to be, you know, moving 800 pounds of water. So plus that's already pretty heavy as it is. So I might have to do that. This is my first real grazing test because I haven't had to move this since I got it installed for the cows, since I bought it. So we'll see how it does here. I will move the garden hose out from the cow field because they will play with it. They're children like that. So let's get her filling, move the hose. Something that's kind of been on my mind recently is how the sieving experience is. I'll tell you a completely made up story. No likeness of any kind is intended to anybody that I know or will know in the future. And like I say, it's a completely made up story based on factual events. So let's say, for example, I work at a Lego factory building Legos. And this coworker of mine worked there for 10 years. You would say this coworker's got some experience. However, this coworker has proven time and time again to not actually have what they claim. So for example, with Legos, you gotta make sure that you have the right color, have the right molds, have the right temperature of stuff, if that's even a setting to adjust. I don't know, I don't make Lego. This person with 10 years of experience is constantly messing that up. You know, and here's why I say it's misleading. If all I told you is someone with 10 years of experience making Lego was training me how to make Lego, you may automatically assume, oh, that person knows what they're doing. That person will be really helpful in your career of making Legos. You know, however, what if I told you all the things that happened with said person? What if I told you how that person was late all the time? Would that change your opinion of their experience? What if I said that person called off all the time? Would that change your opinion of that person? What if I said that person was always getting in trouble for taking too long of breaks or taking too many breaks? Would that change your opinion of that person? See, all of these factors come into if a person's experiences can actually be credited, right? So if I just tell you I got 50 years experience in farming and I'm only 26 years old, you're going to sit there and look at me like I'm crazy. But what if I got that 50 years of experience in 10 years? You'd be like, well, that's impossible. Well, maybe it is. But there are extremely intelligent people out there that are way smarter than you and I. So how do they have all their knowledge? How do they have all their experience? I don't know. It's a good question. But like I say, I run into this all the time. And you know, I heard it not too long ago. Well, I got 10 years experience making Legos. Yeah, well, then why are we always having to fix your mistakes? If you got 10 years of Lego experience, why are we always having to remake your Legos? If you got 10 years of Lego experience, why is every shift everyone around you complaining about how bad you are at making Legos? You know, just because you got 10 years experience doing something does not mean you're the best at doing it. In fact, it might mean you're the worst at doing it. Because it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know, oh, I'm not going to make it anywhere else, so I got to stay at this job. You know? It boggles my mind that we as a society put so much emphasis on experience when experience is the easiest thing to lie about, to manipulate, to claim with no backing. You know, I could claim that I got 50 years of experience with farming, but that doesn't mean I do. That doesn't mean it's good experience. That's what just boggles my mind is when we have people, and let's go, you know, this route too, like Joe Rogan. He's got zero experience as being a scientist, but he knows an awful lot about science. You know, he's got zero experience about farming, but he knows an awful lot about farming. Does that mean Joe Rogan isn't a farmer or that he is a farmer? Does that mean his experience is irrelevant? You know, I mean, if Joe Rogan came out here and started telling me how to feed my cows, I might be like, hey, what do you know about feeding cows? But what if Joe listened to a podcast about someone who does have experience and is trying to relay that experience to me and help me out? How would that make me look if I just sat there and took his experience and threw it back in his face? You know, that's why I don't care about experience. You can walk up to me And you could be the world's best Lego maker. You could have 5,000 years of experience as being the world's best Lego maker. But until you prove to me that you're the world's best Lego maker, I don't even want to remember your name, because it could be completely irrelevant, you know? And a lot of time people just blow smoke, right? You may have heard that phrase before, you're just blowing smoke. But that's how you tell the difference between the smoke blowers and the fire makers. You know, people that are just blowing smoke have no real thing to attribute anything to. But the people that are making the fires that can attribute to the smoke, you know, those are the people we want to talk to. But sadly, those are the people we listen to the least, because they're always the ones that have an opinion that may be better than yours, or they are always the ones that have a differing opinion. Maybe their opinion differs because they actually have the experience. Can you imagine that? Someone making Legos for 6 months might actually know more than the person making Legos for 10 years? Man, amazing what society is doing today. You know, we just immediately discredit anybody that's below us and belittle anybody that's below us, whether that's experience, whether that's age, whether that's looks, whether that's apparently my receding hairline. Good to notice that on camera. And then like the old people or who hold all the wisdom. And yeah, there are some folks that really do know a lot, but just because they know a lot doesn't mean all of it is relevant. I don't know. It's a rant. You guys will have to let me know if you like the rants. Saw a last video about grazing that really popped off, so maybe I stick to grazing and get out of rants. But like I say, Dry Creek Wrangler School really has motivated me to try and be somewhat of a motivational speaker. And I do think that I could be a good one, and maybe I am a good one. I just don't have an audience to let me know. So you guys will have to let me know in this video if you like it or if you don't like it. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you on the next one.